Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends, the last episode of the year. It's amazing, how Tuesday fell on Christmas Eve and how Tuesday also falls on New Year's Eve. I didn't set up any guests tonight because I didn't even know if I was going to come on tonight because I was just going to kind of kick back and hang out a little bit. But, it just always meant so much to me throughout the years I've been doing this. The people that tune in and wish me the best. Paul Farrell, you're probably one of the best of the best. I'm very, very proud to call you a friend. It's just paintball just means an awful lot to me, and I just I absolutely love the sport. And I like bringing a lot of people on. John Gregory. I don't know if you guys remember John Gregory, but he started JT. John Gregory is JT. And anyhow, I'm going to have John on here. He got a hold of me. I've had him on a couple times already, but he got a hold of me last week, and he wants to come back on. So I'm going to put him and Bud Orr on in the next couple of weeks here. But, also what I want to do is I like bringing on people that, I love the celebrities. Of course I do. I think they're great, great people. But, to me, everybody's a celebrity. I just people I just meet that are so very nice and I think are good for paintball. They're like a celebrity to me. Paul Farrell, that's a celebrity. It's just it's a different way the way you look at it. And I kind of look at it a lot different. Julianne right now, she's jumping in. That's Gumby's wife. James McGuff, these people are celebrities. To me, a celebrity is a person that works very, very hard for the sport of paintball because it's not easy. You get a lot of lip service, but these guys are out there pounding the beat for paintball and have for many, many years. I wish you could see exactly, what Julianne does for paintball. When Gumby and the clowns are out there down in SC and they're all set up and stuff, she's just taking care of everything. Gumby's out there. He's pressing the flash. You got to love him. He's a great, great guy. And Chris Plant, how you doing, my friend? And I just like having these people on. And next year I'm going to obviously have my friends on, the celebrities and so on and so forth. But I like to have on people that are unrecognized, and to get them recognized, because what happens is next thing you know, everybody knows each other and they're all working together. And what's that do? That makes paintball bigger and better, like I always say. That's something that I just I get off on building paintball. I really, really do. And I really, really like bringing people together because I know every time I get to meet somebody new and I go to a big game or a tournament or just to hang out and meet new people. It's such a thrill for me. I can't even begin to tell you. It's just something I absolutely love. I really, really do. And I've met some great, great people this last year. It's, Chris Plant. This is another guy that's really good for the sport. These Paul Streck, look at these guys. These guys are absolutely terrific. And, another good thing about doing this podcast too is, a lot of times people tune in just to talk to the people that are tuned in. I watched all the interactions between my guests and the stuff in the comment sections and the stuff. And, you can't ask for much more than that. This is people, taking time out of their life, but what they're doing is they're getting to sit and talk to each other and get to know each other. I just seen Paul Farrell says, Happy New Year, Jennifer Montresor. Jennifer's watching, obviously, and there's another, I talk about legends, but, Jennifer, her son, she kind of took over for her son when he passed away. And Jennifer's been doing such a terrific job. She's been out there doing paintball, trying to take care of her place down in Florida that got wiped out by the hurricane. But she is such a good person and so good for the sport of paintball. And that's what I'm talking about, Autumn, look at that. Autumn Egg Hank. How you doing, buddy? Absolutely love it. Lance Larson, that's what I say. You people all jump in, you say hi. First of all, I want to wish you all an extremely, very happy and safe New Year coming up. I can't tell you how happy you guys have made me this past year. It's been very, very exciting for me. And, I'm really looking forward to 2025. I'm looking forward to hanging out with all you guys that are checking in. I'm looking forward to meeting all kinds of new people. I'm linking up with, I'm linked up with some great, great fields right now. Dan Colby's Panhandle Paintball in Florida. I've got Tim Schloss, one of my best and oldest buddies in paintball. He has Gateway Paintball in St. Louis. We're looking to do some really cool things here this coming year. And SC Village. Whoa, right there. Absolutely love SC Village. I'm looking forward to doing a tournament there this year. A WCPL tournament, but getting this stuff lined up is not as easy as everybody thinks. There's about a gazillion things going on every weekend. So getting stuff set up, and then every time you take and set up a tournament, somebody tries to set up one alongside you. So, but you know what? We're going to keep plugging away at it. And I just know that when we do Tim Schloss's at Gateway Paintball in St. Louis, we have a great time. And Jennifer, we missed you there this year. You're just a big part. Your smiling face. You and your husband Frank are just great, great people, and I just absolutely love seeing you. You're having a good time. This year a lot of things have happened this year. A lot of good, a lot of bad. But mostly good. When it comes to paintball, I always talk about memories. Memories are a big, big thing. And I have a lot of great memories from my family, but most of my memories come from paintball. Because I've been doing it for 40 years, going on 45 years now next year. And, like I say, I look back in the sport and I look back to people I got to meet and the friends that I've lost this year, Rick Wilcox, Jessica Cortez, just some very, very good people that passed away this year. So, it just lets you know that, you don't have dedicated time on this earth. You don't have so much time that you think, the older you get, obviously, the less you got. So, it just means that much more to each and every one of us that work hard to build a sport. Because, once you're gone, you're done building. You're just hoping that everybody that you've got to hang out with and you've got to deal with and all your friends are going to carry it on. And, I just feel so confident in the people and the friends that I've got in this sport to carry on the good works in paintball. I can't even begin to tell you. I just, it means an awful lot. And I'm looking forward to 2025, we're going to have some great tournaments. We're going to have some great times. And, looking forward to a lot of things down at SC Village this year. SC Village is a great field, and it's down in Southern California. And, a lot of great people go there. Stephen Snow, Stephen, Gumby, Santasola. Boy, I always butcher your name, but he knows I love the hell out of that guy. Him and his wife, Julie. And a lot of the clowns, I've never met a bad clown. That sounds pretty wild, huh? Yeah, the clown, the team that they put together, the clowns are absolutely excellent. And I'm honored enough to be the captain of the band in which Stephen, Gumby is part of the band. And I can absolutely tell you that. I absolutely love it. You dig the shirt on, James? Howdy. We call him Howdy, James McGuffick. But, James, I got to tell you, you and I go back a long, long way. And, just sitting here reading this stuff, it's so cool because, it's like I'm just kind of hanging out with my buddies. Mark Gong just jumped in. Happy New Year to everybody, he says. Mark's one of them guys that Mark and I go back a long, long ways. Really, really do. And he is a terrific guy, has raised some terrific kids and some great paintball players. I mean, Mark Gong Jr. is, I mean, he's not only a great paintball player, he's a great baseball player. He's just a terrific kid off the field. Matter of fact, I think Mark's living through him now because, you know, this kid can go out and wipe Mark right off the field. But Mark and his wife Lily are just absolutely terrific people. And, you know, Mark, I love you. Tell the kids I love them. John Tankersley, Happy New Year's to everybody. I'm going to put him up here because Tank's another guy that, you know, I talk about celebrities. There's one of them right there, John Tankersley, you know. And to me, a celebrity is a guy that really works hard for the sport of paintball. Those are the type of people I think are just absolutely great. Mark Gong, you know, Jennifer Montresor, Tank, Eric Town. How you doing, my friend? And like I say, you know, you people all get together on here, you know, and I'm just sitting here shooting the breeze, having a good time. And you guys are all talking with each other, saying hi to each other. You know, that's what builds paintball. Because, you know, once you get associated with other people in the sport, you just, next thing you know, you're interacting and you're like, you know what, man, if we did this together, we could do this and this would really be cool. What's going on, Jason? Wow, I got all kinds of people hopping in here tonight. I absolutely love it. Really do. Yeah, you know, I was, you know, I set up guests every week. I try to set them up a couple of weeks ahead of time. But, you know, tonight I said, same way last week, you know, I go, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to set anything up because I don't know if I'm going to come on. But, you know, I sit there and think how much I would miss not just coming on and saying hi and wishing everybody a very, very happy new year. Because, you know, you people are terrific. You really, really are. And, you know, paintball is a great sport. It really, really is. And, you know, I see paintball growing that it just makes me really, really feel good. Kiko, touch my heart, man. I think I'm going to cry. I love it. Right on, buddy. Yeah. I'm thankful Paintball Dave is still with us. Steppen says that. You know, I'm thankful for that also, big time. Here's another guy I'm thankful for. You know, this is another guy, you know, Debnella's not his real name, but I won't tell you his real name. But he's a kick in the pants. And, you know, he is a very lighthearted guy and, you know, not super politically correct. That's kind of like me. You know, I'm an old school guy. I just kind of say it like I feel it. And sometimes, you know, my brain's up there going, what did your lips just say? Because I just, it's hard for me to be politically correct. And this guy here, Neb, is up there in Canada, a long ways up there too, huh? Anyhow, you know, what the guy does for paintball is absolutely terrific. I just, I love to see people that work very, very hard for the sport. And, you know, sometimes just joshing around and kidding around is good for paintball. It really, really is. You know, the people that I've had the privilege of bringing together and getting to know, I just absolutely love it. And here's another one right here, man. Absolutely love this guy, Andy Starrett. It's funny, all the years it took me to get to love you, but I really do now. Andy Starrett has the Ellie Remember Foundation. And, you know, I always talk about people outside of the sport of paintball doing things for people outside of the sport of paintball, which makes people outside of paintball recognize paintball because they're like, wow, this guy did this for these people here, and he's a paintball player. Maybe I should check into this sport if it's got nice guys like this in it. See, that's a big thing, and that's something I absolutely love. I really do. Nebnilla, he says, thank you, Fred. I have what some call a sense of humor. You know what? I call it that too. You know, and I know a lot of people that have no sense and aren't even humorous. So, but that is what it is, you know. And by the way, you should check out Canadian Legends at Adrenaline Paintball next September. I hear that's going to be a big thing. And, you know, somebody else was talking to me about that. And I'm actually looking forward to getting a hold of the people that are holding it. And have them come on so we can help them promote it, because I think it's a big thing. And, I would actually like to sometime in the future take the WCPL up there to Canada, because, I played in the Dome games years ago, and it was something that I just absolutely loved. And the people of Canada have always treated me so good. I've had so much fun with all the Boonie Boys, and I have a couple of the Boonie Boys that are actually on my team. And Chris Plant, never. I love it. You're one guy. Yeah, I love it. Chris, that was great. It really, really is. See, oh yeah. And you know what? Neb says adrenaline paint. Let's see where we at. Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's one thing. Yeah, they could be. But like Neb says that adrenaline paintball is pretty good too. But Donna up in Wasaga Beach, I always hear about Wasaga Beach. But the way I understand it, if you fly into Detroit, there's a field, which I think might be adrenaline paintball, is only 2 hours from Detroit. So, driving 2 hours, that's nothing. You could fly into Detroit and then they just drive to it, man. It would be pretty. Hey, Alex, how you doing, my friend? We got Twitchy watching us. This is another one of the clowns I was talking about earlier, how cool I think they are. Absolutely love it. Let's see. I like you're one. Tony Diaz. How you doing, Tony? This is a good guy from Texas. And one of them guys that I always see is really, really good for the sport of paintball. He's an ex-police officer. And, I've got a lot of friends that are police officers. And, boy, I'm hoping now that, we got a new administration that they're going to get a little bit more support. Because I got to tell you, I think that they have had no support for the last 4 years. Now, I'm not going to get real political over all of this. But, I've got a lot of friends out here that are police officers, too. And, when you start backing the criminal more than you start backing the police officer, that's going to not be a good thing. That's anarchy. And that's exactly what I think it would lead to. So, Tony he's a retired police officer right now, but he's a good guy. And, he's another one of them guys for paintball I talk about that I think are absolutely great. Mike Ramsey, how you doing, my friend? Very, very cool. Man, I got all you people just jumping in tonight. I absolutely love it. I kind of feel bad I don't have any, special guests on tonight. It's just me kind of hanging out looking dumb. But, I didn't know if I was going to come on tonight or not. And then I just decided I just wanted to come on. And the people that chime in, I want to wish them all a very safe and a happy new year. And, because all of us are going to work hard next year for the sport of paintball. All of us love paintball. And give Sherry a big kiss for us. Yes, Steph and I will. And, she loves you and Julie. That's for sure. Sherry's my wife, everybody. And we just think that paintball right now is at a point where it's starting to grow a little bit. And what I do is I see people coming together. And, that's what I'm looking forward to next year now is bringing more and more people together and just have a great time. Because, when you go do these tournaments, like I tell people, the big games, like you see stuff happening down there at SC Village, even if you're not going to play, go check it out. Go check out the tournaments down there. Check out the big games. And, if you get a chance, you got to put this on your bucket list. You got to have SC Village, Gateway Paintball. You got to have these things on your bucket list because they are absolutely terrific fields. Danny's Panhandle Paintball down in Florida. And there's a lot of good fields all the way across the U.S. Let's go, Giant Party Sports. Yeah, I love it. I just, I think anything about building paintball is great. Nikki, I'm so cool that you jumped in. A lot of you people that are jumping in tonight, I would love to have you on my show this coming year. I love love putting new people on my show. It's an absolute great thing. Hey Fred, you need to get a group together. Here we go. I need to get a group together and come and play in the caves in Kansas City at Jager's Subsurface Paintball. Oh my God, would that be cool? You can play all winter long. Well, Chris, I got to tell you, I might take you up on that because, I go visit my daughter and she lives in Alabama. And that would be nothing on the way there to stop and hang out with you guys and maybe have a good time and play a little paintball in the caves. How cool would that be, man? Unreal. And Cheryl Ellis is wishing everybody a happy new year. How you doing, Cheryl? God, this is cool. I love having guests on, but when I have guests on, I'm usually concentrating on them, and the comments just keep blowing by. But I'm sitting here getting to talk to you guys, and it is so cool. Howdy, howdy. Happy New Year, bud. You gotta love this. This is so cool. I'm just having a great time. I probably should have sent Bud an invite, but I thought he would be busy tonight. Let me see if I can do that real quick to see if he wants to jump on. Copy. I got that copied. Everybody kind of hang on. Now I'm going to jump over here just for a second. And let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. B-U-D. Okay. Here we go. Paste. And send. All right. I just sent Bunny an invite. See if she's going to jump on. I love hearing you talk. You make me feel funny inside. Alex, I got to tell you, I was talking about the clowns earlier, and I had Julie and Gumby are watching. And I've never met a bad clown. Every one of you guys that I have met has just been absolutely great. You're gracious, you're funny, and you guys play hard. And I got to tell you, anybody out there that's never played against the clown, the Psycho Clown Posse, it's crazy. When these guys are getting ready to make a push on you, they all have the horns and they're all honk, 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 honk. And you want to talk about nerve-wracking. It's just incredibly cool. You just got to love it. What's going on, Rob? Absolutely. Rob Burnett, another terrific guy. That's why I say, I've made so many friends in the sport of paintball. And not just friends, good friends, honorable friends, friends that you look forward to seeing and having a good time with, and maybe playing some paintball and stuff like that. Oh, we got another honk honk. Absolutely love it, Nikki. Very, very cool. So, I just, I got to tell you, I just feel absolutely blessed. I feel blessed for the things I've got to do over the years in paintball, because I've got to do an awful lot of things. I'm blessed to the people I get to know. I give my shout outs every week. Tim Schloss, Dan and John Colby, Bud Orr, Tom Kay, Rainey and Juby Boucher, Randy Camilla, Jerry Braun, Ross Alexander, Jim Lively, Gino from Velkin, and then my two little buddies, Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. Absolutely terrific people. Rob Walker, there's another one. Rob is cool too. Happy New Year, bandmates, because Rob is a band member. That's all there is to it. And Rob's a good guy. That's how you get on the band. You don't get on the band because you're the best player in the world, although I've got some damn good players on the band. But you get on the band because of what you do for paintball and the way you act. See, we have a second annual. Okay, here we go. This is from Julie now, the clowns. We have our second annual game, January 11th at SC Village. If anyone wants to come and play with us and maybe get a honk honk. Wow, I got to tell you. So, yeah, if you're anywhere within driving distance, on the 11th of January, which is starting tomorrow. You guys are going to want to drive down there. And the field, first of all, the field is killer. Gio and his GM, Zayla, have done an absolutely terrific job on it. The fields are great. There's a definite variety of fields. The staff is great. They treat you with respect. The refs are very, very good. Just everything about it is great. But going down there and then getting to hang out with the Psycho Clown posse would be like a double plus. It'd be like the cherry on the sundae, man, because the clown people will treat you. I mean, you got to go and see. They are just the greatest bunch of people, and they treat you like they've known you forever. You know, it's just it's a great thing, and they're great people. And Rob, oh, the fireworks are starting already. And Rob, you know, Rob's there at Fox Paintball in Illinois, and I know Rob's going to have some good things coming up this year too. I'll put Rob on. We'll get Rob out here this coming year, and we'll talk about some of his events coming up. And, you know, any of you out there that have events coming up, I am more than happy to share them. You know, I take no sides on anything, no sides on stores, no sides on product, no sides on any of it. It's all about building the sport of paintball. Now, if you're a piece of garbage, obviously I'm not going to talk about you. If you're selling garbage, I'm absolutely not going to help you sell that garbage. But if you're decent and you're selling good products and you're promoting good sports, let me tell you, I'm all up front. All you have to do is get a hold of me, and I'm happy to put you on, and we will sit and we will talk paintball, and we will talk about your event. Dana Plant, how you doing, Dana? What a great lady this guy is. Dina, she keeps tabs on old Chris, that's for sure. Happy New Year's, Fred Schultz, and everyone watching. Dina, you are very good for the paintball family, I will say, because, you know, I was talking about earlier celebrities, and celebrities come in all different ranks, you know. There's celebrities that have got to travel the world. There's celebrities that own businesses. There's celebrities that own fields. And then there's celebrities that are off the beaten track that really work hard for the sport, like you do for the Legends, which is a team I absolutely love. I think I've had them on a couple times. They've got themselves sponsorship from Belkin Paint, and you know, I'm hoping I was part of that, getting that for them, because these guys are absolutely great. They are, and you're absolutely right. Here, I'm going to put this up here because Rob that's right, Dina rocks. There you go. Absolutely right. She really does. And, you know, and what I was talking about earlier, the good people in paintball, she's great for paintball. So, you know, this coming year, you guys just get a hold of me. You know, if you want to jump on, you want to talk about your event, you want to talk about your product, or you just want to jump on and say, hey, Fred, can we talk paintball? Hey, I love talking paintball. That's what it's all about for me. I just think it's absolutely great. So I was only going to stay on a few minutes. You know, I still got 14 people up there watching. I just can't tell you how much I love you people. But I am going to call it a night. Okay, I'm going to go kick back with my wife. I'm going to watch the Boise State, Penn State game, the rest of it. I just wanted to get on tonight just to show my appreciation and tell all of you just exactly how much I appreciate what you have done for me, not just this last year, but for the last 40 years. I have been treated with such respect and love that, you know, it's impossible for me to give it all back to all of you. The people that watch my show and view in every week, I'm beyond grateful for that. I pray that all of you this coming year are all safe and have a great time. And I pray that we all get together and have a very, very good time playing some paintball together, because each and every one of you I would love to hook up with. So remember, guys, anything that you guys need, anybody that wants to be on my show next year, please get a hold of me. I'm happy, very, very happy to put you on. Absolutely. So I'm going to sign off now. It's going to be a half-hour show instead of an hour show, but I will see you in the new year, which is next year. And remember, everybody, individually, we can do a lot for paintball. Collectively, we work together, we can do an awful lot for paintball. We can make it bigger and better, like I always say. So, until next Tuesday, 2025, I cannot believe how fast this year's gone. It just blows me away. Anyhow, everybody, much love from myself to all of you. You will never, ever know how grateful I am to each and every one of you. So till next week, please, everybody, play hard, play safe, play fair, get out there and play paintball. Happy New Year. I love you guys.